Hello, welcome to Andertons TV. My name is Jack, and today I'm joined by the lovely
Meg.
Fist bump. We need to fist bump. We need that energy because today we just had a massive lunch, and because we are going to try record a cover song.
Yeah.
We've got about I know you don't care, but we've got about 45 minutes before you've got to go, and we've got a song that I listened to this morning. We just cobbled together some lyrics for it for another shootout, which you can see here. If I go like that, I'm sure. And we're flying with the Maltese Falcon. Anyway, get to it. We've got UAD plugins on the show today, and we're going to try record this cover song in this 45 minutes using the bundled plugins that come with it, and also three plugins that you might come up if there's any bundle deals. Often UAD do special deals where you can choose 3 expensive ones other than the normal bundled ones. And we're going to choose those, and we're going to make a song. Which song did you choose for us today?
Well, I wanted something that was going to show, you know, our range off. I wanted something that I could sing here with Jack. Something that you could get a bit of gravel in. So I went for the well-known duo song that's going around at the moment.
Yeah.
Shallows from A Star Is Born. Is that all right?
It's great. It's perfect because, just like Bradley, you know, I'm going to do my best. And then for the first verse, and then we'll kick it to you. The real singer will take over halfway through, and I'll kind of mumble along.
Deal.
That sounds like what the song sounds like to me. So we're going to do some fancy editing in between the bits, but hopefully you'll see the core steps of how we make this thing, and we'll just get to it. High five and let's make this. Yeah. Right. Okay, Meg. I need to record something for us to sing over. Luckily, the song you've chosen has a nice simple guitar part. It sounds it to me. Yeah. I'm simple and I can play guitar simply. So I'm going to endeavour to use a microphone we've got over there to record this into our DAW of choice, which is going to be Logic today, because I vaguely know my way around that too. What's so cool about the console here is that we can load in plugins and commit some kind of sound with the plugins to the tape. We're pushed for time, so we're going to try commit as much as possible. I haven't committed in much else in my life, but today I'm going to commit. And for the guitar, what channel was the mic on, Christoph? 3. The Maltese Falcon signalled 3. Now, what's cool is it's got this unison slot. And sorry, Meg, if I look at the camera, it's just, I know that you don't really want to know this either.
It just goes over my head. I'm like,
But what's cool is, at the moment, it's bland old, really bland going in, and we're going to put some spice on. We're going to guess. Now, a unison plugin will allow us to put a little bit of sauce onto this preamp slot up here, and we can inject some flavour. What I'm going to try to do is use the console and the plugins to commit as much stuff to our recordings that we're using Logic today. So we're going into the microphone here. We've got which is a Warm Audio U87 knockoff. We're going to have another video where we're going to compare this track recorded with that as well. If we've got time. God, we're pushed for time. Crack on, Jack. Here we go. Preamp channel. You get with it a U8 610p. Look at that. That looks nice, doesn't it? We're going to put one of those on. And one other thing I'd probably like to do is a little bit of compressione, very light on the way in, just like as if we were in a real studio. You get a LA-2A, which is a nice over easy type of compression, as I hear. We're going to put that on, and I'm not going to monitor with. Actually, we'll set up some sends as well for our headphone mixes. This is one of the really cool things about the console, is that you can set up effects on here, choose whether you record them or not, and you can just monitor with them. And it says UAD record, UAD monitor. We're going to record with our effects, but what's on the sends here, these auxiliary sends, that won't be recorded, but we'll hear in our headphones.
yeah.
So I think have you done one before with dudes? You've done all that.
Yeah.
So, but we're going to make a cool tune that all the kids like today, and the grown-ups. So on here, I'm going to put on probably 2 of the plugins I'd recommend if a bundle was to appear that I'd spend my imaginary money on the website. And that would be, I want a delay. So I think you've got to have one. And my choice for you out there, if you've only got 3 plugins to choose, would be the Roland RE201. And they do one called the Galaxy Echo, same thing. Really. Same thing, really. And what's cool about this is not only is it looks dope and it sounds dope, but it's also got a reverb, a spring reverb. So it's like kind of 2 for the price of 1. I see it as pretty interesting. And then on the other one, we're going to whack a reverb. And for years, their plate emulation was the daddy. And then for simple people like me, they made a simplified version. Pure plate. Really simple. So that's going to be our reverb and delay, and we'll be able to put some sauce on our headphone mixes when we're singing, but that won't go on. Everything on here will be recorded. I'm going to start waffling on and try get my ham-fisted hands through this guitar part. So we've got something to sing on, all right?
Yeah.
Boomtings. Oakley dokley, I've just recorded some dodgy acoustic. Hopefully it's the right format for you to sing over.
Yeah.
What we're going to do, also there's another video that do you want to point to a space on the screen and right there? There'll be a video that who did, it really goes into it with Tom from UA, wasn't it? And you went through the but just to lightly touch on it. What we're going to do is, this is the channel where we did our guitar, and I had the Unison pre on it with the LA-2A. On your vocal, we're going to use the same preamp, so let's excitingly put that on now, because all the kids want to see that. Going to whack that on there. Probably going to whack it up a bit. And then on your channel, because it's quite a dynamic performance, and you're going to go from 2. Normally, I'd record probably in 2 separate passes, the verse. But as we push for time, I'm going to try set up the compressors to even out the performance as we track, which is the amazing thing with the Apollo. You can't do it on anything else. There are a few other things, but yeah, we like UA. I'm going to put on you get the Legacy 1176, and this is a fast compressor, and this is going to capture any bits where you go,
yeah. Do I have to go?
No, but you're really good. You're really controlled anyway, so I think I can get away with it, Meg, because she's actually good.
Okay.
And then I'm going to whack our old friend, the old LA-2A on there, because he's a bit slower, bless him. And what this lad does, this is like the Weymouth. I'm from Weymouth in Dorset, if you didn't know, and this is how we think of audio. This will get the old quick bits there, and then this will get the old slow bits, and this will level at 8.
Right.
That's in Weymouth speak.
Do you know what? In my mind, I was trying to carry on in your accent then, and I was like, I'm not even going to try it. I can't do it.
And hopefully, between the 2 of them, compressing a little bit, we'll hold it in a nice spot for the tracking, and it won't go too crazy in your ears. And then what's cool is, with the money we spent, the mythical money we spent on the 3 extra plugins, I'll be able to put a little bit of this in your mix, and then we'll use those when you've gone off the Maltese Falcon Eye, or just put little. We can
little
kind
flavours.
of we can season it to taste. Anyway, let's high five and do your vocals, yeah?
Tell me something, boy. Aren't you tired trying to fill that void? Or do you need more? Ain't it hard keeping it so hardcore? I'm falling. In all the good times I find myself a longing for change, and in the bad times I fear myself.
Oakley dokley, I just had a lovely time with my headphones on, listening to you sing, and I thought it sounds lovely as the listener. Anyway, you must dash off. Where are you off to?
I believe I'm off near Reading tonight.
Oh, well,
to do
I
some
hope it
sort of
goes
performance.
well. Yeah,
so.
I'm going to finish this off, sing a dodgy first verse, maybe put a bit of piano on it, and then get the Maltese Falcon in to mix it with a few things.
I can't wait to hear what it sounds like.
Yeah, that's
Sounds
good.
great.
All right, have a
Cool. See you soon.
Right, we've come to the end of recording this 4-track cover of Shallow by Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper. And I just thought I'd quickly point out a few things we've done, because we're going to play the song for you if you haven't already heard it. You're not already bored of it. I've only heard it today. I've managed to stay clear of it because I was a bit freaked out by all the over-publication of it. Anyway, spit it out, Jack. What was going on? What plugins did we use? We used the included analog classic bundle, the stuff that's in there. So that was a Pultec EQ. I used that a little bit on the mix here. We're not screen capturing this, but hopefully you can see it. Or just, I'll explain what I did. All I've done is use that to take off a bit of the bottom end and to boost the top end a little bit. That's all I did. It's a classic EQ. And as you see, we've used no inbuilt EQ here, just the plugins that you get with UAD, and like we said, these 3 extra ones. Anyway, so we used the Pultec for our EQ. Again, I used the LA-2A, which is just a great, really subtle compressor that just sounds right, adds a bit of warmth. I used that on the piano just to even it out, and also the EQ to take a lot of the bottom end off. And then the only other plugin we used, I decided to go back on using a delay because there was no need for it. It's a really simple song, very simple arrangement. So we just stuck to using the plate reverb that just sounds unreal. I set that up on a auxiliary track so I can send these tracks. All we're using is I'm bussing a little bit of each track to this pure plate here, and it had a nice preset on it called vocals that we used. And so we didn't use the delay. We ended up using, I sprung my imaginary dollars on a Fairchild. And reason being is that what we did on the vocals, because we recorded it in one pass, and we've done it in about an hour and a half, because our aim was to do it in half an hour, but then realised I had to do a little bit more and to fit the filming in. Meg's gone. She's had enough of me. We whacked on this Fairchild, and what is great is it's got this mix feature, and you can just slap that on to anything and dime it. We've cranked the input, cranked the threshold, got the time constant on 2, and that gives it this parallel compression. And I'm not going to go into it, but we used it on the vocals, used it on the master as well, just to bring up the level at the end. Normally, we can use, you've got all the bucket loads of plugins there in Logic, but I just wanted you to hear what it'd be like just using these old school plugins. Anyway, it's got the Fairchild on the limiter and doing some parallel compression on the vocals. And the only other one we used was auto-tune. And Meg doesn't need it, but I definitely need it. And also why people need it, and I'd recommend it if you have a choice of plugins to get, is that it's relatively new for Universal to have auto-tune on there. And as a long-time auto-tune user, you'd always have to have your iLock key. And it's a little bit, I find the world of iLock a bit fiddly. And what's lovely is that it's authorized with your UAD interface. So it's just another thing. If that's the only thing you've got on your iLock, maybe you can get rid of it, or you were thinking of getting auto-tune. It's brilliant, and it works just the same. You can even use it in real time. If you gig with the Apollo Twin, or you want to kind of experiment singing in live with auto-tune, very, very cool. We've got a subtle bit. I set it to the key that we're in, and I pulled the pitch correction right down to slow, so it's just getting a bit when I'm really falling off the edge of a cliff. It's helping me there. Other than that, that is the song. And yes, we've got 4 tracks. The guitar with the Warm Audio 87. That's what we used on that. And then the Casio, because I'm going to do a little review after this, on this keyboard. So we thought might as well plug that in, use a bit of audio. And we're using the U87 on Meg, and that was going through the LA-2A, for the 1176 LA-2A. And we've put a little bit of reverb on it, bit of auto-tune. Not much on her at all, nothing. And then on me, the same thing. Anyway, I'm waffling on, and a Fairchild on the master bus. And so I will leave you with our rendition of Shallow.
Tell me something good. Are you happy in this modern world? Or do you need more? Is there something else you're searching for? I'm falling. In all the good times I find myself longing for change. And in the bad times I feel myself.
Tell me something, boy. Aren't you tired trying to fill that void? Or do you need more? Ain't it hard keeping it so hardcore? I'm falling. In all the good times I find myself longing for change. And in the bad times I fear myself. I'm off the deep end, watch as I dive in. I'll never meet the ground and crash through the surface where they can hurt us. We're far from the shallow now. In the shallow.